Hello, welcome everyone. This music is very loud. But, now it's soft, so I'm gonna talk about my, experience at Too Many Games 2025 this year. I have a bunch of pictures, a few videos, and as we're going through the pictures I've taken, I'll talk about some of the stuff that was there. And, also, I got to meet Vinesauce this year, so that was really cool. The Binyat himself. So, without further ado. Shit, you know what? I'll, introduce this in a second, but I just I need to be reminded of what hotkeys I have. Okay, so it is just right and left, alright. So this right here was the very first thing that I saw when I got there on Friday. So this was really cool. It was, it is literally the Crazy Taxi. And a guy, I think it's a cosplay of the, like, the default character from Crazy Taxi. I haven't played it in years, but that was just really I forget, I think he was there last year, but I didn't take a picture of it. But I don't think I saw him when I entered, last year. And, wow, I'm doing great. I just knocked my, mic again. But yeah, so this was a really cool sight to see. I have quite a few pictures of different cosplayers as well, so this won't be the only one. So yeah, I think this was the indie games section, or... Oh no, wait, no, this is like kind of an introduction to the, to all the different vendors. Which I have pictures of some of the games that I maybe thought for a few seconds I maybe wanted to buy. There's a lot of... It's like I mentioned last year, it was just like last year. They had a bunch of different vendors set up. A lot of them had different merchandise, and others were selling, like, classic games. It's mostly console games that they sell. I only really noticed one vendor, maybe there were more, I don't know. There were a lot of them that sell big box PC games, but I didn't really see any. First of all, the price for classic games is so inflated now. I didn't actually buy any this year, unlike last year, because I found those two. I found a few games that were actually in pretty decent shape for a reasonable price. The two Doom games. PlayStation Doom games. Yeah, I didn't find that this year. But yeah, this was really cool art. AVGN was there. He was only doing a signing on Saturday, but his band on Friday was performing Rex Viper. I did not go see them because I've listened to their music. I actually don't think they're that bad, but it's not really for me. It's not really what I'm looking for in music. I wanted to see Red Vox last year because I got into them. I got into Vinny's band. I've always had, like, a thing for, like, alt-rock. Like, alt-rock, some indie rock. Alternative and grunge, especially, like, I got into them, especially, like, in the 2000s, I think after my nu metal phase was when I started getting into that music. So, I can kind of connect with Vinny's music more because he's also into that, and that's kind of what he does with his band as well. I think Rex Viper is more classic rock influenced, which is okay. I still enjoy some of that, but it's not really what I'm looking for right now. When I'm not looking for alt-rock, I'm more of a metalhead as well, and I've been more into prog metal, because, you know, my favorite bands, after so many years... I know this is a tangent, but I'm just explaining it for context's sake. Favorite band used to be Deftones, but I've gotten more into prog metal lately, so my favorite band right now has been Periphery. So yeah, just added context there. That's why I'm not too into AVGN's band. But I wish him the best of luck with it. Seems like he has fun with it. So this was some of the merchandise. I heavily considered maybe buying some of this, but I couldn't really find anything. I think they did have one for Super Metroid, and I think that was the one I was considering buying. The TMNT one looked nice there. But I didn't buy any of these, but this is some of the stuff that they do have there. There are some people that make this stuff, that sell their stuff there, and I think they also probably have a bunch of... They also probably have their own online store. So it is really cool to see. I did buy some stuff, which I'll show you at the end. All of the swag that I got. And yet, this I think this was for they had a indie video game showcase, and I think that's why I took a picture of this, just to like show it off. Oh yeah, and there was somebody that was selling like homebrew games as well as see if I can zoom in on this a little bit more without screwing too much stuff up. Yeah, the slideshow. So you can like kind of see it a little bit better. So these two are both ROM hacks, is what the vendor told me. But yeah, it's Lee Carvello's putting challenge and OJ Pro-Am. It made me crack up when I saw them, so I had to take a picture of them. I even considered maybe getting Lee Carvello's putting challenge, but I don't have a Nintendo in my room to play it on, so I wouldn't be able to. It would just be collecting dust, so I was very particular about what stuff I wanted to buy, so. But that was really cool. And like you see here on the sides, I didn't take pictures of those, but those are like homebrew games. These two in particular, like the vendor told me, was were both ROM hacks. I think OJ Pro-Am was a ROM hack of RC Pro-Am. I don't know if Lee Carvello's putting challenge was I forget what the Nintendo one. I think it might have just been called Golf, but. But yeah, my sense of humor easily. So this was when I was waiting in line for the signing for Vinesauce. John DiMaggio was already there when I got in line, and he wasn't too far off. So somebody was actually in this Bender cosplay, and I just thought it was really great. I don't know if I got the other... I have the other two pictures on here, but I don't think I have it in the shot. No, I don't. He had a couple of things that he was holding. I forget what the one was. I don't know if it was like a fake bottle of beer, but I know the other thing that he was holding in his hand was a cigar. And one thing that was cute when he got up to John DiMaggio, he did like a "We're Not Worthy," or like he was like bowing to him. Then he got a picture with him. I thought that was really cool. I didn't have enough time to do anything other than go to the Vinesauce signing. Otherwise, I probably would have seen Mark Meer, because Mass Effect's one of my favorite games. I know Charles Martinet was there, but I didn't see his booth. A whole bunch of different voice actors there. Obviously, the Resident Evil voice actors were there last year, so they weren't there this year. John DiMaggio's line was constantly huge, so... The food, yeah, I can comment on the food, especially since the food court's up there. Yeah, we were near that. So on Friday, I got their cheesesteak, and they make one hell of a good cheesesteak. I didn't put anything on it, it was just the cheesesteak itself. But yeah, it was greasy as fuck, and it was awesome. Their cheeseburger, on the other hand, now, granted, I didn't put any condiments on it again. It was alright. It wasn't bad. It was still a step above, like, McDonald's. It was more meat than McDonald's. But it felt like... I don't know what the company is that provides the food. No, actually it was better quality than Aramark. So I don't think it was Aramark. Because the cheeseburger that I got on Saturday was still, like, Aramarks are puny and they you know, they taste acceptable. But the one that I got was bigger than what I remember from, like, high school, so. But yeah, the food's not bad. The vendors... I got my food a lot faster this year than I did last year. Last year, when I went, there was a long line, for food. This year, I got my food relatively quick. All I had to do, or I could at least order it relatively quick. I had to wait for the cheesesteak, obviously. That took a little while to cook. But yeah, that was awesome. That was actually a really good cheesesteak. And yeah, this is so I swear to God I was trying to smile. I don't know why. I keep telling you. This is why I don't use this is why I don't like using my I don't like being on a face cam anymore. I have a syndrome known as resting bitch face. You can, you know what I should have done? I should have shown teeth. But enough about me. Yeah, actually meeting him, I can safely say, very nice, very cool guy. Got into a conversation with him a little bit about Red Fox. I just remembered, I actually met him twice. I was playing an indie game, at, like, the front of the venue. It was, like, a Contra... It was an indie game that was inspired by Contra. You wear a t-shirt under a shirt. I was wearing an undershirt. Because, in case I was, sweating at all while I was there. It's a lot of walking around, and you're around a lot of people. So, I came prepared. I didn't want, you know, the pits to, profusely, make my shirt wet. I don't really have a problem with, sweating, issues, but, better safe than sorry. But, anyway, yeah, back to it. Yeah, so I actually met him when I was playing an indie game. I only talked to him for about a minute. I didn't want to keep him for too long, because I know he was, like, walking around looking at stuff. He wanted to walk around the venue for a little bit. The only reason why I even knew he was there is because somebody was already talking to him, and and I heard them both. And I heard his voice, I think I heard his voice, and I recognized his voice. Yeah, just talk to him for a little bit. I'd say, hey, love your stream, yada, yada, yada. But when I didn't ask for a picture there. The guy that was there asked for a picture, that was talking to him before me. I just wanted to say hi, talk to him for like a tad, but I didn't want to keep him for too long. Because, I knew they were going to do pictures at the signing, or I was pretty sure that they were. So, again, I didn't want to keep him for too long. So, I got the picture here. He was... You know what was really cool? He didn't charge for just the meet and greet. The only money that I spent there was on some of the merch that he was selling. I bought his card sauce pack. Because, I considered it. I considered buying it when he was, like, advertising it on a stream, but I wasn't sure. But I kind of figured when I was there, I might as well get it. He gave me a booster pack. Also, a little advertisement for the new Flesh. There was like other merch that you could buy there, but I thought the card sauce thing would be useful. Who knows, I might even do like an unboxing and like show off all the cards I get on stream. I'm wondering if I do that, it's gonna be this week, sometime this week. I'll open the booster pack too that I got for free. Well, yeah, very much enjoyed my time. You know what's funny? He is smiling here a little bit. Oddly enough, I think he must have just been in a good mood that day. Maybe he was just in really good spirits. I've heard from people that he doesn't smile very often when he's taking pictures, but it seems like pretty much everyone that he was meeting that he got a picture with, he was seemed to be smiling at all of them, so I don't know. Maybe he was just in a good mood that day. But yeah, I did get him to sign, since I couldn't last year, I got him to sign my copy of his album, Afterthoughts. Hopefully I can get the rest of the band at some point. If they perform next year, maybe I'll have a better idea of how to get in that line. For autographs after the concert. Hopefully they do perform again next year. TMG has a rule about performances. They do them every other year so they can allow other acts to perform. So if you do it 1 year, you have to wait a year before you can do it again. But he said I remember him saying he was down for doing another concert there. Again, I didn't meet AVGN. He only did autographs on Saturday. And I think it was like early in the it was late in the morning, but I usually go there around, I usually leave for TMG at around like 2 p.m. and I usually left at around like 2:30. I'm usually there by 3:30 because it takes about an hour to get there. 40 minutes though if I don't have traffic. But I think that's everything that I can say about that. So this was a really cool cosplay. I forget the name of this character, but it's the guy that holds the sign, or I think it was the mayor. And you have to help him keep the sign up. I played Tears of the Kingdom like years ago, so or no, a year ago. But this cosplay was great, so I had to get a picture of it. Yeah, and this was part of the indie game showcase. I was tempted to play this, but this seemed like a multiplayer game. Rocket Wrestling. It was the only FPS that was actually there. Most of the indie games that I noticed that were there were like side scrollers or point and clicks or yeah, side scrollers, point and clicks. Most of them were all like 8 or 16-bit or like puzzle games. It would be cool to like see some first-person shooters one of these years, but I guess there's just none locally in the area. So yeah, this is more of the indie game showcase. It's like I said, mostly side-scrollers. Looking at this one though, I think it's Icarus. Almost looked like a Castlevania inspired. So I probably would have played that one, but that one was pretty occupied. You see like poker lords in the back, then there's bowling right there. I probably could have played the bowling and I would have enjoyed it, but yeah, it was more of just Rocket Wrestling. So this game I actually thought was really interesting enough. I actually went up, since nobody was playing the other booth that they had open. I actually wishlisted this on Steam because this kind of reminded me a little bit of Twisted Metal. And I played it a little bit, and Yeah, the controls were pretty good. Felt interesting. They actually said it has roguelike elements too. I don't know if I would stream this game, but I'm definitely considering buying it. Actually looked pretty high budget too. It's one of the few games that wasn't like 2D sprites. This must be an indie game. This seems like it's almost professionally done because they were playing it on Xbox. And an Xbox One, unless it was just the controller, but no, actually, I think I see the box right there. I think it is on an Xbox. So maybe they have like a small-time publisher or something like that. Or they just had a really nice budget. I don't know, because that game did not seem like it was cheap to make. But like I said, it was fun, seemed interesting, so I'm gonna be keeping my eye on it. So, I don't have any video of this. I probably should have gotten video, but I have a couple of pictures of this. This was just a really neat skateboarding game that caught my eye. That seemed like it kind of seemed like it was skateboard but DDR, Dance Dance Revolution, and I thought that was a really neat concept. Hold on, my phone was exploding, sorry. But yeah, this looked interesting. I just didn't try it because people kept walking up to it, so I figured I'd just take a couple of shots of it. It's interesting, like the concepts people come up with. This kind of looks like it was in the very early stages, because it looks like those mats were like handmade. So this year, they didn't have this last year as far as I was aware, but they had a classic arcade, or not even classic, it was just, they had an arcade section. It wasn't, I have a few pictures of like the classic, or the like actual arcade boxes and stuff like that. But I'll show it off a little later. They actually had like sections where you can just play video games if you want. I'm a little surprised they didn't have it last year, or if they did, I just, I don't know, I tunnel visioned it. But I just took a picture of this because it was the closest I could get to it. I wasn't sure at first if you actually needed money to use these. I think they were just readily available, but I decided against playing it because I didn't want to waste too much time. Because I wanted to see if I could get everything in. Just realized, I think this is a little... yeah. It was a little off there. So I got a picture of this on Saturday, but these weren't working on Friday. But this just seemed like... I never saw this before. I never knew that there was a Mario Kart arcade game. And apparently there were two of them, because this is the sequel. Funny thing, when we get to the other picture, I'll get to a little funny thing about what I saw at the time. You can see, if you see the guy to the right, that was the music section of games, and that was a DJ table that I haven't really seen, I don't think. So yeah, this is just more of the music section that people were playing. A lot of it seemed like it was mostly DJ. They had a DDR booth set up. They had a couple of different DDR games actually set up that people were playing. And yeah, right here, I didn't play any of these either, because again, I didn't want to spend too much time here. I was just like kind of taking everything in. This was all here on Saturday too, like I said. The Mario Kart arcade game was working on Saturday. But yeah, if you wanted to sit down and play some classic games, you could, because they had like a setup here. I'm a little surprised all of the screens, except for like one or two of them, seem to have come in on the picture pretty good. And yeah, they had some pinball games. I kind of wanted to play the Mario 3 one, but Oh yeah, and I wanted to play the Mario 3 one, but it was occupied most of the time. Naturally, you know, Mario. Everyone wants to play the Mario stuff. But, Friday, it was interesting. It seemed like there was some sort of tournament that was going on because they had all the pinball machines blocked off. They were free to play on Saturday, though. Jesus, the water bottle that I have, the top on it's kind of busted, so I keep, like, losing hold of it. But yeah, there's another shot of the Mario 3 pinball machine. It seemed really cool. You don't get as much of... I feel like pinball places usually get the best experience where it's only, like, dimly lit, so you can see all the lights on pop up on the machines themselves. Obviously, you can't really get that at a convention, but it was still cool that it was even there at all. Yeah, and this is a picture. They had a rock band section. I was... on Saturday, I don't know if I got a picture of this. I might. But on Saturday, it seemed like they had some sort of rock band tournament going on. Because I was seeing like a couple of people, seemed like they were competing with each other. Actually, it wasn't rock... No, was it Rock Band or was it Guitar Hero? But they were playing, Dragon Force Through the Fire and Flames. It seemed like, yeah, it seemed like it was a versus, not a co-op. Yes, there's, like, a whole bunch of stuff you can do there. Yeah, and this was the free play. This is more of the free play section. Both sides, they were playing, I think they were both playing Halo 2. Maybe the other side was playing Halo 3, I forgot. Doesn't seem like there were a lot of people there. There were. This was on Friday. There were more people there on Saturday than on Friday. Also, Friday, it didn't actually open until 2. Saturday, it was open at 11. I think most people probably go on Saturday. I went for 2 days this year. I only went for 1 day last year, so I wasn't sure how Friday was going to be. Also, this was actually kind of late, so I think maybe it was probably more peak, like, earlier in the day. Like, this was in the early evening, I think. This is probably around, like, 6, 7. Because, the signing for, or getting the autograph from Vinny, that was around 5 p.m. that he was scheduled for that. So yeah, I think most people probably, if they came on Friday, they came in the early afternoon, like when it opened, rather than the evenings. That might be why. But it definitely was more crowded on Saturday. There were a lot more people there. And, yeah, they had an esports stage. They were playing Tekken at this time when I took this picture, but they were also playing, Smash Brothers Ultimate on Saturday. I think I might have video of that. I think that's one of the videos that I have. And I guess I took... Oh yeah, because my thumb makes an appearance on the first picture, and I forgot to delete that. That's why. So this was so this was funny. Is I didn't expect his wife to take a pic. I just wanted to take a picture of the cosplay, but the guy's wife decided to get me to get a picture with him as well. But it's Freddy Krueger, yeah. One of my favorite he actually still is one of my favorite killers in Dead by Daylight. Why does this keep going off to the side? But yeah, I thought it was cool. You know what? I'm not sure if that's a mask or if that's face paint. I thought it was a mask, but you can see his eyes pretty well through that, so... So, I think this was Saturday. was when I was starting to look at the games a little bit more. I think this is the first picture for when I was there on Saturday. And yeah, I took one look at that and I was like, nope, I'm good. I was looking for a big box copy just to see how much it was. And when I finally found one, it's $150. A lot of the more sought after games were like that. I think there's another one right after this. Yeah, big box copy of Twisted Metal. I have the greatest hits version of this, and this was $125. So yeah, that's pretty insane. I think I saw a big box version of Resident Evil as well, and that was pretty pricey. I think I saw a mint condition version of Doom 64 for $550. I didn't take a picture of that one. But yeah, the prices can get a bit ridiculous. I also saw copies of Silent Hill 2 and 3. They ranged anywhere from like $125 to like $250. The versions that I got online were pretty expensive, but I still got them for cheaper than at these vendors. So I'm almost wondering if they're pricier than how much you can get them online, because you're there physically to see them. It would probably have to be a different company, Leperdic, because I don't think Incog is interested, because they do God of War now. And they make gangbusters on that. So yeah, this was really cool to see. Again, there was a lot of people that did like 3D printing stuff and like do original stuff like art, merch, and things like that. Incredibly tempting to just buy stuff like this. Especially since I've been getting back into Metroid. And really, that's actually... Well, oh, I see the price up there, $125. Yeah, that one was pretty big. I don't think that one would have been $60 or $45. I think that was mostly for the smaller stuff that I don't think I took a picture of. But yeah, that's really cool. I don't know if anyone would be interested in getting the Tecmo Bowl one, but who knows? Maybe people have a lot of nostalgia for that. Yeah, and this was just more... I could actually zoom in on this one, since it's a little far away. I just took a picture of this because this was really cool art that people were selling. There's the one in the top corner there, Split Doom. I think I can get in closer on that. Let's see. Probably look like shit. Yeah, like right there. I didn't notice that until I looked at this picture when I was setting this up. Because I would probably be tempted to get that. Actually, yeah, you know what? Yeah, there's a Demogorgon. There's the Summoner from Doom 2016. I didn't notice some of this stuff. I'm kind of glad I did, because I probably would have spent money on it. And I think the skull thing right there, I think might be a Revenant, but I'm not sure. Splatterhouse in the bottom right there. And bottom left looks like Monster Form Dracula from Castlevania Symphony of the Night. So yeah, a lot of talent out there that's selling their stuff. I guess... I'm curious how much they actually make. At the very least, it might just get their name out there. Oh yeah, I had to take a picture of this. I was almost worried about actually putting this in, because this is some racy stuff, but I had to take a picture of it. Solid cake at the big dummy thick. And yeah, very, very thirsty art there. It's still pretty good art. It's still safe for, it's safe for Twitch though. I made doubly sure of that. But yeah, it just made me laugh when I saw it, so I had to take a picture of it real quick. honestly, it's pretty amazing to see like how much talent that some of the more NSFW artists have. I think I saw. I took a picture of this because it was Doom. I think I saw this last year. I think the same vendor that I saw it at. Hit the damn mic again. Sorry. Throat's starting to get dry from all the talking. Oh, and Mother Nature decided to chime in with a thunder crash outside. Storms are coming back in. But yeah, as you can see on the top left, this was maybe a little bit more reasonable, but still, I'm not exactly sure I could spend $55 on something that's literally just going to be a trophy on my wall. So, but it's still tempting nonetheless. I want to have like a Doom collection at least. That might become a Metroid collection as well. I don't know. Still considering it. Yeah, some more art that I saw. I just like that one in particular. Vote for Armstrong, so I wanted to take a picture of that and show it. Vote for strength, vote for freedom, vote for Armstrong. Nanomachine's son. Oh, this was what I think I was talking about earlier. This isn't even the big box version, and it's $600. That's insane. I didn't even know. I thought when it went to like the regular jewel case that it was the greatest hits version right off the bat. I didn't know that they sold the regular version of it. So the greatest hits version that I got, it didn't have the wrapping on it still. I think this one does. But that was $35, and that was pretty good condition too. Like very few scratches on it, if any at all. So, yeah, the Black Label version, that is absolutely insane. Completely insane. I would have to be incredibly well off, and I basically have fuck you money to end up buying that. Yeah, $600. I went wide-eyed when I saw that. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Alright, and then some more art. I saw the FNAF since Dead by Daylight released Springtrap recently. I just thought that art was really cool, so I just wanted to show it off. And this was the wine that I was drinking yesterday. I don't know why they were there, but I didn't see anybody selling alcohol last year, so figured I'd just show them off real quick. I bought their Renegade blend, which I guess is just their signature blend, but they make pretty good wine, and it's really not more expensive than the wine that you just find at the store, so I thought it was pretty neat. And yeah, it was a free wine tasting, so it does help getting their name out there as well. I just thought this was funny to highlight. Again, this is on Saturday, they weren't there on Friday. It's basically just a homage to Mario Brothers, but it's super Marxist tones. I just thought the subject matter was kind of funny. It looked like a pretty good side-scroller, so... Yeah, and I managed to find a Hitman cosplayer. I liked it enough, I wanted to get a picture of it. Not shown in the picture, though, he did indeed have the barcode on the back of his head. Yeah, and these are just some shots. So funny thing about Saturday when they were doing a panel that was celebrating 15 years of Vinesauce. So what happened at the start was they showed I think it was like 20 minutes long. Oh my god, sorry. Disgusting stuff is happening in my throat. I had to take another drink of water. So, yeah. It was like a 20-minute presentation of everything that he had done over the years. I learned the origin of Ralph. He probably mentioned it on stream before, but his emote, Ralph, hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, this. That was one of his, like, earliest bits, where he would actually play Second Life, and that was before Twitch had actually banned Second Life from being able to be streamed. I actually kind of know the reason why, but I'm not going to state it here. But yeah, he used to do this bit, and his avatar was Ralph, which he would just go around, like, just goofing around, playing a character. Not necessarily goofing on people, it's just that, he would just, like, do some funny shit with him. It's like this big fat blue guy, eating, like, a yellow thong. And, yeah, me describing it doesn't do it justice. It was actually pretty funny. I never actually saw any of those before, so... I didn't get into, Vine saw, like, I didn't actually start watching him regularly until 2018. Like I mentioned, I kind of knew he existed before that, because I think I saw some of his videos on YouTube before. But I started watching him more often after I first discovered Joel, when I was looking for, stuff for Doom. I was looking for Doom mods at the time, because that was when I was starting to stream Doom stuff after I got done with World of Warcraft. And I discovered Joel's Doom modding contest through that. And then I eventually decided to stream, since he had those WODs available in like a big pack. I decided to stream all of those. And I don't know if he hosted Vinny, or maybe it just came on after his stream, but that's when I started watching him. And then Vinny streams consistently around the same time, usually in the evenings. It's changed a little bit recently, but for the most part, he usually streams in the evenings. Before, during, and after I'm at work. During going to work, and then after I'm actually at work is what I meant to say. So that's not bad, because with my job, like, I usually have like YouTube or Twitch on in the background while I'm doing my work. So his stream is very good, because I usually have it on for like a good hour. He usually goes for like a good hour and a half when I actually get to work. So yeah, he has helped keep myself at the ready over the years, essentially, while I'm at work, so I definitely appreciate it. There's just a few pictures that I had. I didn't want to take any video of this, because I kind of just wanted to enjoy the experience. It's the same with, like, Red Vox last year. I only recorded, like, a little bit of it. This year, it was just the pictures. The funny thing is he went on stage... Oh, there's another thing I have to explain, too, at the signing that was funny. But right here, he's talking with one of the staff. He wasn't supposed to go on stage like he did. He just walked up there and started introducing himself. They wanted to do a more formal intro, so we had to actually, like, do that before we actually got to, like, the video portion. And then there was a Q&A afterwards. Now... I didn't really have, like, a question or anything like that prepared. And there were a lot of people that were I kind of knew that there were people that were gonna want to go up and ask questions, and they only had so much time, so I didn't want to go up there and just randomly start thinking of something, because I'm pretty sure people had stuff prepared for them already, so I just let them all do it, and I just enjoyed the show. And, yeah, like I said, they were showing off some of the bits he had done over the years. So I just got a picture of like a few highlights. It was funny too, because he hadn't seen, like, this one obviously he remembers, but he hadn't seen some of these clips over the years, and even like you could see him sometimes putting just his hand to his face and was like saying, "I can't believe I had done all this shit over the years." But I don't know, I can sympathize with that, because even, like, watching back some of my streams, I get like that sometimes too, like, oh my god, I can't believe I did this shit. More so me, it's a hobby, but, Yeah, I can definitely sympathize. I just took a picture of this because it's, here, just because I really, really enjoyed Interior Worlds. I don't think I've ever actually watched up to that point, but I did see the part where he got spooked by the alien in the toilet, but... Interior Worlds, probably the best walking simulator I ever played, so that was cool that I saw that. I was a little surprised that was even a feature there. Or that was even featured. And then, afterwards, I think this was the Q&A when people were coming up asking him questions. And then, finally... I just took a few pictures of the swag that I got. I got a hoodie, Resident Evil 2 shirt. I was tempted to buy a Stars t-shirt. It had, like, Raccoon City Police Department on it, because I used to have one of those. I might have gotten rid of that because it started getting holes in it, but I was tempted to buy another one of those, but I kind of thought the Resident Evil 2 shirt would be better. I kind of wanted that a little bit more. The prices for them were really not that bad. I needed a new hoodie, so I figured why not buy that. I also bought the wine, and the CD that I got the autograph on is there. The CD is, Red Vox. It's, Afterthoughts. Which, I did end up telling him that Eminence was my favorite song. He kind of like explained. I already knew it, but he still explained how Chuck just gave him some samples of like a solo that he did, and then they cut him up, put him into the song. He mentioned that before on stream, but he said he thought it was cool that because yeah, a lot of people don't. I'm surprised a lot of people don't consider Eminence their favorite song. But I guess there's a whole bunch of other cool music that's on it. It's just that one for some reason sticks out to me a lot. It's just a really good tune. And yeah, at some point, the one box of the trading card collection, that was the one that I bought. There's like a booster pack right there. I can actually, forget. Yeah, there we are. Oh, that's a terrible shot, actually. Just go back to this one. I didn't realize the light was shining off the trading card collection. But, I might do a segment where I open this up on stream and just, see what's in it. Same with the booster pack. And then there's, like, 2 separate cards, too. It's kind of like... This was just a nice way to promote his stuff. And yeah, it's just a card. It's promoting the new Flesh. I played that on my own. I was going to stream it at one point. But, I think that was around the time that I was having my internet issues. Or maybe there was just a bunch of other stuff. And then on the left there was... that was just my pass to get into the convention. And then, yeah, I bought a Super Metroid mug. And yeah, this is just closer shots, which that one is terrible. Closer shot of the shirt, and then closer shot of the hoodie. And, yeah, I'll show you some of the video that I took. It's not really anything special. Just some stuff that I thought was neat. Yeah, hold on. Playing this in OBS is kind of a pain in the ass. It's not even what I wanted to. What is this? I think it loops, but... I just wanted to show this off because this looked pretty... Hang on, go back. Here, turn the music down so you can hear the audio better. That's probably good. Play it one more time so you can hear it a little bit better. turning up the desktop audio. I just kind of thought, like, he was doing a pretty good job at this. And it was just insane, like, how fast it was going. I just thought that was a cool arcade game. Alright, yeah, and this was the Rock Band competition. Yeah, it was Guitar Hero, my bad. I just took a little bit of that. I think this is the last one. They were having a Smash tournament on Saturday. And I think I caught the end where the guy on the right won. Oh no, wait, yeah, here we are. This is actually the Mario Kart arcade actually functioning on Saturday. So, funny thing, this lady with her son on the left, the son really did not want to leave. She practically had to drag him away from the arcade table. It was funny. I did feel a little bad because I can kind of sympathize with the kid, because when you're like having fun, you don't want to leave. But I think maybe the mom probably wanted to see other stuff, and also she saw people were waiting, so I think she didn't want to keep them for too long. I don't know. I thought that was just kind of funny. Because I've certainly been there. Oh yeah, turn down my desktop audio. Alright. And yeah, that's everything I had done in Too Many Games this year. Just some stuff I wanted to highlight. I had a tremendous amount of fun. Provided there's stuff that I want to see next year, maybe even if they have the arcade next year, I might still go at least for one day, just because it's a lot of fun to just get out of the house and you know, walk around. The general vibes of the place was just really, really good. Oh yeah, a couple of things. Again, this is about Vinesauce in general. One of the things that I thought was particularly interesting is at one point, Vinny actually said that he pointed out that the staff actually pointed out to him how friendly all of his fans were, and I thought that was actually very endearing. Because, you know, there's a lot of, like, I don't have to worry about that here, because, I know, most of you guys I talk to, almost, if I don't talk to you just in the stream, you're all cool here. We have, like, a small, intimate audience, here in my stream, and, none of you give me grief. I love seeing each and every one of you in my stream. But when you have, like, a much bigger audience, like, you could have, like, a group of a few, maybe a group of people that are, you know, like, a bit insufferable. It happens. I don't necessarily blame the streamer for that, but it was a lot of the time. But it was just really cool that not only did he point that out, but the staff had pointed that out to him. And there was something else I was gonna mention too, but I forget what it was. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll mention it some other time. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was just really cool being out and about on my feet. Yeah, there's always assholes, but, like, in particular, the whole vibe, like, I even noticed it too. I think I pointed it out last year. This might have been the other thing that I wanted to mention. Last year too, when I went to the Red Vox concert, and, like, we were waiting to get the signings, like, even though we got cut off because they had to close for the night, I didn't see anybody, like, obviously there were frustrated people, but nobody, like, raised a stink or anything like that. Nobody gave the staff grief, at least as far as I observed. And it seemed to translate a lot this year as well. Oh yeah, this is the second thing I want to point out. I was actually talking to some of the people in line, while I was there. And everybody just, again, everybody just seemed happy to be there. There was one guy I was talking to, Jesse, shout out to him. I doubt he'll ever see my stream, but, I saved a spot in line for him. I don't know what he had to do. Maybe, I don't know if he had to go to the bathroom or anything like that, but, yeah, we were, like, talking for a little bit, telling each other how we got in the Vinesauce. He seems like more of a VOD watcher. I like watching his streams live. And yeah, and then we were both talking to like some of the other people that were around us too, and like, yeah, the whole vibe there, it was just nothing but good vibes the whole time. So I don't want to say it's entirely a reflection on the streamer, but it is a bit of a reflection on the streamer, how the type of audience that you attract. I don't entirely contribute to that because there's always bad actors. And sometimes I would say that's even impossible to control at times. Because you just can't control your audience necessarily. All you can really do is just kind of like point out, hey, don't be a dick, don't be an asshole. If I'm talking about somebody and I may not particularly have the best opinion of them, don't go attacking them. You know, stuff like that. The typical things like that. And you do have to kind of like hold yourself in like at least some sort of regard. When it comes to that, because again, you just have those people that kind of like take things a little too far. And so it was just really cool that in particular the type of fans that he attracts are actually we're all just, I would like to think of myself as a good person. I have my own flaws, but yeah, it just kind of seems like in general we're just all really good people, I guess. And that's not just my observation, that's the observation of the people that were there. And it makes me kind of curious what kind of people that the staff deal with. The staff of Too Many Games, I have to give them credit. If they see a problem that might be developing, they usually handle things pretty fast, and if they see like something could get like a little not necessarily chaotic, but something could get like disorganized or things like that, they're also pretty on top of making sure that they can get things running well. And like the security that was there, they seem fine too. That it didn't seem like they seemed like pretty relaxed people. They weren't giving anybody any grief. Like they were just kind of like a presence there. So as a security guard myself, it's always nice to see that our job isn't given a bad name either. So yeah, like I said, just good vibes all around. Enjoyed my time there. As long as there's stuff that I'm interested in seeing, I'm probably gonna go again next year. Most likely go again. I don't think they had tasers. I didn't notice any anyway. But yeah, as it is, I believe that's it. There's nothing else that I really wanted to mention. I just had a ton of fun, so that's gonna be it for my experience at TMG this year.